will never change that. I think it's working now. I see stuff happening. I'm so sorry about yesterday, about the live stream, that it didn't work. It's all YouTube's fault. You see that shiny thing here? That's just up there. I just have to close this. And then it should be fine. And hide those so it doesn't look like a hobo in here. How now? Nobody here, and it's totally understandable. I didn't say that I will be here today, but I'm trying it anyways. How are you? Again, sorry about yesterday. It wasn't my fault. Nothing has changed. It's exactly the same as yesterday. And yesterday, 80% of people couldn't see me and hear me. Just the chat worked, and now it looks okay. I can see stuff here in my YouTube studio thing. Welcome to the second Monday of the week. Exactly. Photostorm, you're amazing. The only one who says something on the Patreon. Well, it's not you, but almost. Yeah. Yesterday I wanted to talk about the Cupra Tavascan. I did a range test on Sunday at 130 kilometers an hour, and I had less range than a Volkswagen ID4, where the Tavascan was driving at 17 to 22 degrees or 20 degrees without heat and without AC, and the ID4 was driving at 8 to 10 degrees with the heat on. And that's a bit shocking. I only got 330 kilometers of range in the summer out of the Cupra Tavascan. I was expecting 350 would have been the thing that I expected. And it's the rear-wheel drive version, not all-wheel drive. What did the all-wheel drive version do in the winter? I had it in the winter. Let's see, Cupra Tavascan V-Sit, 130 range. It achieved 260, no, that's a consumption. Yeah, 285 kilometers in the winter, 3.5 to 6.5 degrees with 21-inch winter tires. I still have the 21-inch wheels, but now summer tires, but 330 kilometers. Huh. That's what I wanted to talk about. Okay, that's it. Bye. No. How is everyone? Again, I apologize about yesterday. But it was YouTube. There was something going on with the server that was like, no, I'm not showing this live stream to anyone here. It has to be in this area or something. I don't know. And I myself was not in that area. I couldn't see my stream. Some people could see it. Weird. Yeah, I was busy today. I was filming 3 videos today. I filmed the Kia EV6 charging video, that with the EV3, not EV6, with the small battery, because it has a very interesting charging curve. Then my 1-year full-time YouTube video today, and something that we can talk about today. I researched my news for my news video that normally comes on Wednesday. I didn't find a lot of news, so there's no video this week. But I found one news article that was worthy a whole video. For the Volkswagen ID3 Pro right now, if you have software 3.2.1 and above, you can have a power upgrade. So if you have the Pro version with the 150 kilowatt motor, you can buy in the shop, in your car, you can buy an upgrade that it has 170 kilowatt power. So 20 kilowatt more, it's 27 horsepower more. And I don't know the prices in every country, but in Germany, it's either per month 18 euros 90, so 19 euros a month. Or when you want to buy it for the whole life of the car, 629 euros. And then you get, like I said, 27 horsepower more, acceleration most likely 0.5, 0.6 seconds faster, 0 to 100. Same top speed, same range. And when you sell the car, the next owner also has that update then on the car. Hello again. Yeah. So if you, yeah, we were talking, you got your ID7. I forgot, what version is it? Is it the Pro S? What color? Is it a GTX? I have no idea. I'm sure you told me and I forgot. Yeah, I haven't filmed too many videos with the Cupra Tavascan because it's the exact same car that I had in November. But in November it was the VZ, so the 250 kilowatt motor, now 210 rear wheel drive. So it's the same software, 5.0. So I'm just gonna do range test and long distance test and a driving test. So, and the charging is the same, 138 kilowatt or so, peak 140. So the same as the old ID4 Pro. And back someone, so when I tested the ID4 2024, the newest version, the Pro, it had a different charging curve than GTX, and then someone commented, I have the Pro and it has the GTX curve now. So I don't know if this still exists, if this has changed or stuff like this. I have no idea. So tomorrow I will film a video with Hank. Sunday, a week ago, I did a video with Hank where I drove my long distance trip test. When I got Hank, I drove 1,000 kilometers as a long distance trip, but I didn't look at it was in the winter and I didn't look at the time. It wasn't that important. It was just how is it to drive 1,000 kilometers. And now I have my 600 kilometer route and I drove and it was really fast. Really fast, even though traffic was when I on the way back from Regensburg, the last 100 kilometers was not amazing. It could have been better, but it wasn't extremely horrible, so I was lucky. But I was almost as fast as with the Audi e-tron GT Performance, the RS, that charges with 320 kilowatt. But with the Audi, it was raining and it was colder. And with Hank on that day, I think I barely needed the AC and it was perfect temperature and everything. It was an awesome trip. And so, but tomorrow I want to film with Hank again. If someone wants to buy an ID7, listen to the owner of one that has it for. How long did I have? 18, 20 months. 20. It went to 25,000 kilometers yesterday. Cindy was driving home from work and it got to 25,000. It's a Pro in King's Red with black roof from 1224 with every option except glass roof. I'm very impressed about the efficiency, almost as efficient as my former Ioniq. Yeah, it's really interesting, especially at faster speeds, how still efficient the car is. And I remember when I picked it up in December, I was told that. And then I did my first range test in the winter and Hank doesn't have a heat pump and he only got 300 kilometers of range and I put in disappointed because I really thought it would do 340, but no. It was that cold and with the winter tires and no heat pump it just did 300. But then in the summer my peak was 428 at 130, which is amazing. But King's Red is a nice color. So you bought a used one. That is it used one or is it just one that was at the dealer or something? Except glass, yeah, glass roof, nobody needs that. It's just expensive. I mean, what is it, 1,500 euros or so? ID3 had 241,000 kilometers a day and had a weak sale, so I had to do something. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh. Yeah, this they don't say, huh? I was at the Volkswagen newsroom and they had an article that the ADAC, the German Auto Club, saw that ID3, I don't know how old, had great battery and everything is fine, but then the ones that don't work, they don't say anything, eh? Where are we? Yeah, this Volkswagen invited me to this in Emden. The 1.5 millionth Volkswagen ID was produced. They invited me to be there, and I said no because I didn't see the point. What am I doing there? I'm just standing there. The filming is like, okay, so this car is the 1.5 millionth. There was nothing in there for me. And I said, sorry, this doesn't make any sense to me. Whereas here, 90% battery capacity after 160,000 kilometers. But then when there's something wrong, like with your car, of course you don't see that. And it happens. Yeah, but Hank is awesome. I still like it a lot. It's still too big for me. If I could have, I would love an ID7 small. So I don't know, 50 centimeters smaller, less leg room for the rear passengers, less trunk space, the front a bit smaller. That would be amazing. But still all exactly the same. That would be awesome. Yeah, and by the way, what I said with the motor before for the ID3, the 20 kilowatt more for buying the upgrade, would be amazing if they would do that for the ID7 too, because the 210 kilowatt motor in Hank can of course do 240 kilowatt. We know that from the ID3 GTX Performance. So 30 kilowatt more. Would be awesome if I can pay and upgrade that. That would be cool. ID3 with ID7 tech. It doesn't, no, not ID3, because ID3 is not as efficient as ID7. Just the ID7 shorter. That would be amazing. It was a Volkswagen company car. They had it for 6 months and then it came to the dealer. They got it on Friday and I purchased it on Tuesday, the week after. That's cool. I hope you got a good deal. I hope you had 125,000 kilometers on the odometer. Oh my, 12,000, not 100. Okay, 12,500 in 6 months. Yeah, someone driving more than me. So I leased Hank with a year, 22,500 kilometers. And what did I drive? 25,000 now in 20 months. So next car I'm getting, I'm gonna go way low with the kilometers, because I never used them. I think with Walter, with my ID3, I had 25,000, didn't drive that. And now with Hank, I also don't drive the 22.5. So next car will be 20. What makes ID7 more efficient? The form, the drag coefficient. It's the form does so much. I mean, I drove ID7 against ID3 GTX, same motor, even bigger battery in the ID3 GTX, and it has less range. The same with, so you have press cars all the time. Exactly, that's why only Cindy is driving Hank, and sometimes when I get into Hank, I'm like, ah. So it was nice 10 days ago when I drove Hank for the 600 kilometers. It was really nice. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's all the form in the ID7. It's ID7, ID3, then ID4 or ID5, tiny bit less than ID4, and then bus. And yeah, it's just the form. They made it in a very, the Tourer is a bit less, GTX is a bit less. So the Hank, the car that I have in the summer, I don't know if somebody knows that. Is a heat pump in the summer, the AC, more efficient? I don't think so, eh? It's just in the winter for heating, not for the AC. So that it's more efficient, it would be the same power. But in the summer, Hank is the most efficient Volkswagen ID you can have. Because it's more efficient than the Pro S, but the Pro S still has more range. But the 19-inch wheels, then no glass roof, no, you can have it more empty. That's true. So yeah, it's not the most efficient. I take it back. If you get a fully empty one, I'm sure maybe ID3 2026 facelift has more an ID7 form. I doubt that. And it has 5.2. Oh, you didn't get... Does it already... Is 5.2 already that the privacy message goes away by itself? Or does this has to be 5.4? I don't remember. one of those, the privacy message just goes away, which is amazing. You don't have to press anything, but it takes 10 seconds or so, which is also stupid. I think ID3 2026 facelift will be as the facelift before, tiny little changes. I think maybe more into the way of the ID2, where it looks more like a normal Golf, maybe like that. So a mixture between ID3 now and ID2, I think, will be the ID3 facelift. Interior, I think that the black, piano black will go, and also will be more like the ID2. I don't know about software, if the 2026 facelift ID3 will already get ID2 software. I don't think so. Because we'll see when ID2 comes out, and then I'm sure it will take a bit. I think the ID4 that comes in the winter of or fall of 26 is the first non-ID2 with the new software. My God, I couldn't get it out. I think so. Oh, yeah, but looking forward for the video tomorrow with Hank. That will be nice. Yeah, miss driving. And buttons. Yeah, we'll see how many buttons. Maybe it's just the steering wheel, or if every button is then that way. We'll see. I don't even know if the does the ID2 have real buttons on the steering wheel? I have no idea. I've never seen I've seen an ID2 from the outside, not from the inside. So in real life, only the videos and pictures. Hopefully at the Munich Motor Show in 3 weeks. I think so. I think I'm there on the Wednesday. Tomorrow in 3 weeks, I think. Am I correct? I have to check. Where's my calendar? 19, 20, 27. 27. No. And then the 10th. Yeah, it's 3 weeks. Tomorrow in 3 weeks I will be there. Maybe on the Friday on the 12th as well. And then I don't have a car for 10 days. Which is okay. I'll survive. I maybe take that week off. Because I don't have a car. I won't find a car till then. I almost got a Tesla Model 3 Performance. He contacted me. Can you believe that? Tesla contacted me. Hey, I have the Model 3 Performance in Munich, the press car. Do you want it in September? And I said, perfect. I have 10 days off. I said, yes, I can. I'm free from this to this. I said, sorry, on these days it's not working. Maybe after that. And I said, no, I have cars after that. Then it's in November. Because I'm full till I think till December almost. So right now Cupra Tavascan, then Audi S6 Avant. I'm looking forward to that. Then Polestar 4, then BMW i5 M60 Touring. That will be fun. Then the ID5 GTX, because I never had the 2025 version, and then normal ID5, and then we are November 17th. That we're almost at the end of the year. Was in Straubing today, left home with 25%, arrived back home with more than 20% with the ID3, would have had to charge once. Yeah, bigger. Did you have the Pro or the Pro S from the ID3? I mean, bigger battery, and then of course way more efficient. And you can drive fast. Even 160, it's fine. At work we have Renault E-Master now. It has real buttons on the steering wheel. It works so much better. A Pro. Yeah. Then of course ID3 Pro, old version, especially when the charging wasn't that amazing. And then the step to ID7 is big. I mean, ID7 is still, after almost 2 years later, still, except for the Pro S and the ID Bus with the same battery, is the best charging ID that Volkswagen has. Especially when you only charge to 50%. That's why I was so fast in my long distance trip test. I only charged twice to 54% and took no time. I have the thing here somewhere. Did I put that down or did I already use it for something else? Long distance. No, it's here. So this consumption is wrong, but average speed including charging of Hank was almost 120 kilometers an hour. I charged twice. This is not true. The whole thing here is not true. I only calculated this. This is not correct. I only I wanted to know what the time is charging, or is it? No, I didn't charge 24 minutes to 67%. No, it's not true because I arrived with a way too high state of charge. That was so weird. By the way, it's fixed now. I don't know what happened. So the day before I did the long distance trip with Hank, I, as always, went to a better route planner, put in Hank as my car, and I said I want to drive my 600 kilometer route. And a better route planner says you have to charge 3 times. I was like, what? Come on, I can reach that charger in 280 kilometers. Hank has 420 kilometers of full range. At 130, there should be no problem. And I just navigated to that first charger. I own to Himmelkron, and a better route planner says you will arrive with 0% at 130. And when you put in 140, you have to charge. You can't reach that. And I was like, that's not true. And even the Volkswagen app, when you navigate, it says you arrive with 30%. And I didn't understand what's going on. And then when I drove, it was no problem, and I arrived with a way too high state of charge. I could have driven 140 or 150 almost for those 280 kilometers. Would have been no problem at all. And so I could have been faster. Because, as we know, at Volkswagen, especially IDs, of course, when you arrive with a lower state of charge, you get better charging. So arriving with 50% is better than with 22, even though in both cases you charge to 54% or so. It's just you get way better charging power, and you could have driven faster. So arriving with 15% is the best. 10% is also good. And I think I could have been faster with Hank by 2-3 minutes or so. I think so. Named it Red Apple after the famous cigarette brand from the Tarantino movies. I don't even know that. But nice name. Red Apple. That's cute. What was the ID3 name? Black Thunder? Yeah, but driving Hank on a long distance trip was nice. It's an amazing, especially with the premium seats, the massage function, the seat ventilation in the summer. It's an amazing long distance drive because it's comfortable, quiet. Oh my God, the Tavascan at 130 with those 21-inch wheels is really loud on the highway. It's so listening to a podcast, bit of problematic. At 110 it's fine. ID3 was called Wanderer. Charging power is way better than my ID3 at any state of charge. That's correct. But still, arriving with 15% is the best. And Hank on a long distance trip is amazing. And not that it's the only car. A BMW i7 on a long distance trip is amazing. I love the SQ6 from Audi. The Q6 was great. My favorite car, the e-tron GT. This is if I could afford the e-tron GT, I would have it. Especially the RS e-tron GT Performance. This was my car. And most likely I will never drive it in my life again. Why would Audi, except maybe when they have a facelift, maybe they will give me the car again. But who knows? Yes. So we talked. Chat is working. That's good. And the live stream is working. It wasn't me. I'm happy. Let's play the like game, and then I'm gonna go. I wanna relax a bit today because I did a lot. Filming 3 videos and editing all 3 videos was a lot to do today. I didn't do too much yesterday, so I had to. Okay, let's play the like game. If you don't know, I count down from 3 to 0, or one, and then everyone presses the like button at the same time because it's so amazing. We have 15 people here, only 2 likes. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1, and like. Let's see. Drove the 2019 Kona of my parents lately to Munich and back. That was loud, even compared to my ID3. I don't remember if the Kona was so loud. What the hell is that? Some car is freaking out. 6! Come on, we can get to 15. There are 15 people here. 16 people. 8. Okay, it's fine. Okay, I will see you next Monday. Hopefully it will work this time. Again, sorry about yesterday that it didn't work. Hopefully next time it will work, but now we have seen everything. Bye.